There's a gleam. Let's get the gleam. All right, let's go.
From the shores of Lake Erie
to Browns fans worldwide,
hope is alive and the future's bright.
I'm John. This is There's a Gleam.
And I'm Steve. Let's get the gleam together. And good afternoon and welcome to the There's a Gleam show. Oh boy. We're part of the Fanatical Elves Network, which is part of the Fans First Network. I'm Steve and he's John, and it's Victory Wednesday, baby.
Ooh, victory.
How you feeling today, John?
I'm feeling great. I feel like a fat kid at Thanksgiving.
Ha! That's me every year. Welcome to my world. I love it. I love it. It's been far and few between for that one.
That was great.
Oh, I tell you something about when the Browns win, you always feel a little bit better. The week, even though the weather's turning here and we're going to get bombarded with some snow, it sounds like it's just
you're especially going to get bombarded on the east side.
I think we're okay. It says along the lakeshore, not as bad. It's like Chardon at the big snow belt area and out towards Ashtabula. I thought I heard something like Buffalo could get up to like a foot.
Jeez.
Over the next day or two, like further east. So, yeah, I don't know. We're going to get some, but luckily we're staying home. So it's all good.
Yeah, so are we. But everybody that lives around us, they're pretty close by. So if the weather is bad, it shouldn't be too terrible for them to come over.
Yep. It's a good week overall. We got, like I said, we finally got a victory Wednesday. There's
Wednesday.
There's our Victory Wednesday mug. We've been able to finally break that bad boy out. And, we got that. We got the feeling of winning. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And then, of course, Saturday, it's the big game.
That's right.
And then Sunday, we're back home at Huntington Field against the 49ers. And looks like we might have some snow for that. The early weather saying looks like maybe some snow. It's going to be cold. I know that.
And break out the Carhartts.
I don't have them. I have not bought any of those for the simple fact that they're expensive.
I know, but it was probably the best investment I made.
Well, I would buy one, but I would buy one and I want a pair, but I'm still trying to lose weight and I'm too cheap. I don't want to buy some and then 6 months from now or next year be like, I can't, they're too big and now I got to go buy another one. So I keep waiting until I get to my ideal weight, which I'm starting to think that this may be my ideal weight and I just don't realize it.
Well, you look good, Steve.
No,
you're looking better than you were.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Although the beard going here has made me look a little older. So, Well,
getting back to the game, I think I went to your house for the game. You made some wings for us, and I think maybe that was the magic elixir we needed. Get together and watch a game.
Hey, Jeff, thanks for commenting here. He wants to know what's your guys' thoughts on Deshaun Watson being a mentor. What's your thoughts, John?
I look at it one way. I always talk about my head and my heart, and my heart tells me, "What the hell's he doing next to Shedeur? Get him away from there.
Stay away."
Right, but then my head tells me, you know what? Okay, the guy's been in the NFL. He's the only real vet we've got at the quarterback position right now, right?
Yeah.
Except for.
If you want to count Zappy, but
Zappy. That's who I was thinking. So other than that, that's the only guy we have in the room that has that NFL experience. So my head says it's probably not a terrible thing. What about you?
Well, I like what Jeff said. He likes it personally because there's a press conference of Deshaun Watson going into detail about the defenses, which I didn't see that. But like you said, it's an NFL veteran. Take away all the stuff that's happened with him. He was a very good quarterback. He's been around. It can only help Shedeur. Whatever. We're paying this guy all this money. If he's not going to be on the field, maybe he can contribute that way with behind the scenes and helping mentor, I guess. I don't know. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah. And he's going to be around through next year.
Yeah.
Right. Apparently he'll be on the team
next year and the year after. What grade do you give Sanders? Wow. The comments are coming fast and furious today.
Great. What do you give him, Steve?
Grade wise, I'm going to, was he perfect? And we'll talk about this more in a little bit. Was he perfect? No. But I thought he did a lot of good things. It's his first start. If he was to be perfect, I don't know of any quarterback that's going to do that. So I'll give him a solid B. I thought there's things he did well. He even said there's things he needs to improve upon, but hey, you won and he played. I think he learned from some of the things which we'll talk about. So I'd give him a B. What would you give him, Jordy? And what about you, John?
Yeah, I wonder what Jordy would give him. I think I would go probably B minus. I thought for a first start, it was a decent start. He played well.
Hey, it's our number one fan, Chris Cantor's able to watch us live today.
Hey, Cantor, what's up? He must have a day off. The school's
no, he said he's working today, but can watch while he's there. So,
oh, cool.
When you hear about Chris is our good buddy from Lakewood, huge Browns fan. And actually, I think he might know more than us. So
it's very possible. A lot of people know more than us.
Right? Well, that's true. That's true. And here's one more. Jeff said, it was 2022 press conference with the Texans that he broke down a team's defense and went, oh, okay. I thought he had an interview just recently, but like I said, he's seen the looks. It can hopefully only help as long as it's football related and not outside of football and, massages and other stuff. We're good.
That's surprising a little bit because I heard the stories when he was with the Texans. They really had to change the whole offense for him and simplify everything. So it's good to know that at least he can read defenses and,
absolutely
maybe help Shador with that a little bit.
Yeah. Jordy said a C plus B minus. I think he's right where we were about. You said about a B minus B. So I think that's pretty good.
Fair.
And Chris is up on a ladder in the school with you on the overhead speaker system. I was going to say, you don't want to, the young minds of the future are going to hear this, but school's empty and he's blaring there's a Gleam show. Well, thanks, Chris. Stay safe on that ladder.
And thanks for all your input, Chris, on the show. Appreciate it.
Love Chris. Love Chris. Chris is our number one fan. I think he's awesome. He listens to the show every week. He gives us some good feedback. Love hearing his comments, what he thinks, and just a good dude. So appreciate that. So, all right, my friend, let's get to it. Everybody wants to know.
All right. So in Vegas, we got to see a glimpse of the future as Shador Sanders delivered in his first regular season NFL start. We beat the Raiders 24-10, and that was our third win of the season. It was a great win. I know Judkins also had a really good game. I liked what the offense did. I think the game plan was excellent. How do you feel about that, Steve, about the game and what they put Shador, the situations they put Shador in and the plays that they ran?
I mean, we won. So anytime we win is a good thing. I don't care. At this point, I don't care how we win anymore. Yeah. Good, bad, ugly. I don't care. I just want to see a win. So like we were talking about a little bit, in social media, I love most of you, but sometimes I can't stand some of you. It's some people I heard Shador, no matter what, was awful. He's terrible. He's this. It's like, people like, he's not a franchise. This. It's like one game. Other people,
Steve, that's haters. That's haters.
Other people are like, he's the second coming. We told you. It's like pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah, those are delusional people.
Right. So I thought overall it was a step in the right direction. It gives me some encouragement. I mean, you could see, and we talked about this, when we watched the game together at my house. When was the last time you saw Myles Garrett standing on the sidelines watching the game and not sitting on the bench or glancing up at the scoreboard jumbotron or something, but actually watching that offense? What's that?
Right. I haven't seen it.
No.
When's the last time that we actually kind of got excited and clapped our hands and shouted at the TV when good things were happening? When Sampson, takes that pass and goes in, 66 yards?
Yeah.
Or was it 66, I think, or 58? I don't know.
No, 60. I thought it was 66.
Yeah. I mean, we got excited. We haven't had that all year. And so I guess we're feeling it. Myles Garrett's feeling it. And I think the rest of the team feels it. There is something with Shador Sanders out on the field.
I mean, like I said, so, I thought things I liked. He didn't take that big 13-yard sack where he tried, spin backwards, run backwards, and, like the first game. For the most part, he stepped up into the pocket. He got rid of the ball relatively quickly. He could complete a screen pass, unlike other quarterbacks. No names, please. Mm-hmm. And you notice with him, it seems like his eyes are always down the field.
They are.
And I love that. So
I do too.
I loved hearing this week how much time he spent preparing. Unlike former quarterbacks, I'll name names, Johnny Manziel. I think with the Sanders, and we're just in a new generation now with the NIL and quarterbacks now having their brand. I'm a little old school. I don't like some of the flash, but that's today's player, I think, especially the quarterbacks. I love the fact that this kid studies the game. You can tell he wants to get better. He wants to be the best, and I love that.
And let's give Coach Stefanski and
Tommy Rees
some credit here. From my understanding, they worked really hard with Shedeur during the week.
They did
during the week and put in a lot of extra time with him. So I think that lays to rest all the speculation that people thought, Stefanski doesn't like Shedeur.
Oh, he doesn't like him. Yeah.
I think that's couldn't be further from the truth.
Look, at the end of the day, the Browns felt, right or wrong, whatever you think, the Browns felt that Dylan Gabriel was their quarterback. They thought he was better than Shedeur for what, and whatever. You took him in the 3rd round. You took Shedeur in the 5th. Logic says if you're going to play a quarterback, a rookie, you're playing the guy you took first. If not, everybody's going to be like, why are you playing the 5th? So you got to play him. And they, did they stay too long? I don't know. I mean, 6 games. Is it really fair to evaluate a quarterback in 6 games? Probably not. But, and then
there'll be more time in the future too to evaluate Dylan Gabriel.
I think so. But I mean, it came out that, I think the initial plan was what they said, that Stefanski had told the coaches and everybody privately that the initial plan was they wanted to redshirt Shedeur for the whole year. So,
right. And that's what I thought, they should do. Let him sit. Let him sit.
I mean, you're seeing, the pendulum swings both ways. There's, it used to be when a quarterback was taken, they sat for a year or two. I mean, look at Jordan Love sat for 3 years. Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years. Pat Mahomes, who might be the best quarterback today, sat the first 15 games and then played the last game of the season because Alex Smith was ahead of him. But you got into this big rush about playing now. We're paying them all this money.
Right.
But look at it. Some of them, like we were just mentioning, sometimes it's not a bad thing to sit. So,
Yeah, it's 50-50 because it's also not a bad thing to get out there and play. So
that's true too. So
I think that balance is what's really important.
And I agree. And but it just drove me nuts, like you were saying. Conspiracy theorists, they hate him, this and that.
No.
Stefanski's pretty even keel about everything. Sometimes, would you maybe want him to say something, but he's been like that pretty consistent. So, you can't really, I can't say anything. But the one of my favorite things during that game was, and got it up here on the screen, was when he did that, when the other, one of the big plays Shedeur made, the first ones, was that 52-yard pass. That was probably the play of one of the plays.
Oh, man, what a throw by
rolled out to the right, goes downfield, and I love Miles' reaction when that ball got completed. And, you heard what he said. He's like, not too many.
I didn't know. I didn't hear what Myles Garrett said. What did he say?
Yeah, they had him in a conference. They're talking about that play. He's like, not many quarterbacks can make that play.
Exactly.
But that was awesome. But that was my point. When was the last time you saw him and some of the defensive guys actually on the sidelines watching what the offense was doing? Normally they're on the bench, like, let's hurry up and get some blows because we're going to be back, and they're not going to do nothing. So,
Oh, that's got to just give that defense that confidence and lift them up and saying, look, we stop them again. We've got a guy here that is going to drive the ball down the field and give us a shot. And that's all this defense need. They just need that little shot of hope that if they make some stops, the offense can score. And then the defense should close it out.
Yep. What do you think about Sampson? He's been.
Boy, it's nice. It was nice to see him come to life, huh? He's got some speed too.
I was just gonna say he's been kind of quiet. You haven't really seen much, but
And that screen pass, I don't know if you've seen, Steve, or anybody listening to this. They had the breakdown comparison because Dylan Gabriel basically had the same screen pass play, and he overshot Laverdan on 2 weeks ago, was it? And it just shows the touch that Sanders has on the ball. And he showed that too, even with that pass to Fannin. It was Sanders was getting pressured. He kind of floated it out there for Why can't I think today, Steve?
Hey.
Tight end, 44.
Fannin.
Yeah. Just lofted a perfect pass for Fannin to catch in stride. So
yeah, there was that one screen he did where he put a little. There was two of them actually. There's one he had a nice touch because they were coming from. He lofted it over, but there was another one he kind of did, and I was like, ooh, a little bit slower, and could that have gotten picked? But but
that was a floater a little bit.
Yeah.
But it had a little touch on it.
Well, and I've heard people talk about that. Supposedly Sanders has a nice touch on the ball. The receivers like to catch his balls. You've heard some of the quarterbacks throw it too hard. They're doing a slant, 5-yard slant. It's coming in at 100 miles an hour, like Brett Favre or something back in the day.
Derek Anderson used to do that.
Right? Like, ooh, how about a little touch to that? But no, seeing that 1-2 punch, because Dylan's been pretty quiet for a while. I mean, the running game as a whole, but man, he led the Browns in receiving, 59 yards, I think it was, and then added another 23. He had a big run himself of, I know it was over 10 yards. And then the other guy, it's been, we saw a little glimmer early on, and then he kind of disappeared, was Isaiah Bond, too.
Yeah, and my feelings about this wide receiving core. I'm not too thrilled with him, but Bond, to his credit, he made a really nice catch on that deep ball by Sanders.
He did. I don't know how he didn't score. I think he just got a little tripped up, looking. I mean, it's easy for us to say. We're sitting at home stuffing our face with wings, but he's looking up over his shoulder catching and just kind of stumbled. But I mean, he wasn't tackled. If he catches that, he falls in and it's a touchdown. So, but man, that was an exciting play. And I mean,
Another exciting play was a play that Jerry Jeudy caught. He was wide open over the middle, then took it down the sideline, did a little hop, skip, and fumbled when he got hit from behind. I don't understand what's going on with Jerry Jeudy.
No,
we talked about last week. The locker room, his whole body language was terrible, and then he comes into this game, barely does anything, makes not a great catch. He makes the catch he should make, goes down sideline, and then gets hit from behind. No sense of awareness on the field. Tired of Jerry Jeudy, Steve.
No, that was a bonehead. But overall, I thought Shedeur for a first start, and I don't care if it was against the Raiders, because if everyone wants to take it away, like, oh, it's against the Raiders. Well, if he would have played piss poor, you'd be like, well, see, he sucks. It's the Raiders.
Exactly.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't. I thought, hey, overall, he made improvements from his play when he got thrown in at after half. You saw some improvement. His numbers were better. And it's his first start, for crying out loud. So, I'm encouraged. I'd like to get that running game. The wild card, that was an interesting package the 2 times when they got down in there. And that was another thing, John. I heard that. Oh, they took Shedeur out when they got down to the goal because Stefanski was against him. They don't want him to, score a touchdown. They did that a few weeks ago against Miami when Dylan. That's something they've done that a few times this year. It's nothing new.
No, and I really like that look. I think it gives Quinshon Judkins that ability to look at what hole he wants to go in and take it.
Well, I think sooner or later we got to see a pass from that. No.
Oh boy,
just to keep the defense honest.
It would work because I don't think anybody would be expecting it.
So far, they've run that thing 4 or 5 times that I can remember, and he's never passed it. So one of these times he's got to throw.
What kind of arm he has?
And then the other big story was who's that? Facebook. I know that person.
Hi, guys. Oh,
I'm excited about the Browns. Well, Debbie, so are we too. And it's going to be a good week because they won. So it's a good week for you. The other big news, Shedeur first start, but we got to talk about this vaunted defense. No?
What a game by the defense. They just smothered Geno Smith.
Yeah,
10 sacks total. That is the second most in franchise history, too.
I thought they were going to get it. Then I'm like, no, we were watching like, they're going to get short. And then they had that, was it a fumble or something? Yeah. Or no, I joke because Miles got the strip sack. I'm like, what are you doing? Why'd you do that? Let him have the ball so you can
get another sack.
Right.
At the end of the game.
My goodness. And again, I don't care if it was the Raiders.
It doesn't matter.
You played an NFL team and you had 10 sacks.
Yeah. And Malik Collins has been playing really good too.
He really has. He was great. It was nice to see Mike Hall. He's been hurt
to
start the year. And I've been dying to see with him, the two Big Ten guys, Mason Graham, pair those two together, and let's see what they can do. It was fun to finally see. So, but man, that defense just
and Steve, we talk about him. I think we're gonna be talking about this guy a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Schlesinger is just a dog. He's an amazing football player.
Yep. I love him.
I do too. This was the kind of linebacker that I've been clamoring for years that we need.
Well, we said years ago, remember when Clay Matthews came out junior, and we're like, you got to take him. The bloodlines. It's Clay Matthews' son. How does a Cleveland team not take him? And we passed. And
Steve, if we were GMs, we would have taken him. I'm just telling you. We would have had
we would have been in the Super Bowl by now if we were GMs, but whatever.
Or the toilet bowl, one of the two.
And to give ourselves some props, last week's predictions, I think these were pretty good and a valid point. So the final score was 24-10.
Yeah.
I predicted the Browns would win 24-13. So not too bad.
That was pretty right on, Steve.
Well, and here's the thing. You predicted the Browns to be 31-6 to win, which now when I think about it, had Jerry Jeudy not gone Jerry Jeudy, they could have scored. Next, that's 31 points, Sean.
Right.
So
thank you, Jerry Jeudy.
Right. So hey, we both got that right. That was pretty not too shabby for a couple schleps here, but I did want to talk about Miles.
Let's talk about Miles for a minute here real quick.
I mean, is it you're going to start running out of things to say about the guy here sooner or later, but I saw this little nugget on him, and I'm going to pull this up on the screen here. Listen to some of these numbers.
Okay.
So most sacks by a Brown in a season is, let's go back a second.
Yeah.
If you look at some of the sacks in a Brown season, Miles has the top five sacks out of 7 and 7 out of the 9 seasons he's led.
So 5 out of 7 and 7 out of 9.
The last 5 years, he's had the most sacks in a season. He's already at 18 this year and counting. In 2022 and 2021, he had 16 sacks each season. In 23 and 24, he had 14. Then it was Reggie Camp back in 84, tied with 14. Miles again in 18, 13 and a half sacks. And then Jameer Miller, remember him?
Oh, yeah, Jameer Miller. 2001
had 13, and then Miles rounding out the top 9 in a season. He had 12 in 2020, the COVID season.
I don't know why I don't see Cameron Wimbley's name on that. I thought he would have been on
the Well, the one that man. If you talk about a player that looked good in a uniform. Remember Courtney Brown?
Oh, Courtney Brown looked amazing in a uniform.
I'd love to see a picture. We'll have to do that next week. Get side by side of him and Miles, because Courtney Brown was a specimen of himself.
I think Miles looks better though.
Yeah,
but Courtney did look. He was a monster too.
Oh man! So most sacks in their first 11 games of the season since this became an official stat in '82. Reggie White had the record at 19 sacks back in 1987, and Myles Garrett is now second with 18 in 2025. But if you see these numbers here for Browns, in 11 games, mind you, he's got the all-time record, which he had previous at 18, and that's going to keep going. Most sacks by an NFL player in a five game span. Number 1 is Myles Garrett with 14, followed by number 2, Hall of Famer Michael Strahan back in 2001 with 12 and a half. We talked briefly about the first 11 games. 18 for Miles, and Mark Gastineau had 17 and a half. And final thing here, most sacks by an NFL player under the age of 30. Myles Garrett is 1 with 120 and a half sacks. Whew. And Hall of Famer Reggie White, 108 is second.
Wow.
I got that courtesy of Daryl Ryder. Not related to you, by the way, which I always thought they spell it different, but I thought
our name's different.
But I mean, just those numbers are incredible.
Then I saw a tweet, not a tweet anymore. I saw an X by Lawrence Taylor. Did you see that, Steve? What he
I
said?
did not. No.
I'm reading what he shouted out to Myles Garrett. He said, "Ton of respect for how this dude goes about his business. He's been doing it on another level for a long time now. There's only so many who truly alter game plans and keep the other side up at night. Keep doing your thing, Myles." And that's from Lawrence Taylor.
Not too bad. One of the probably some opinions all-time greats.
Yeah.
Well, he's up there. I think you got to have him up there with all the greats. No.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just hope he stays healthy because the last few years, later in the season, he gotten hurt. If he stays healthy, he's going to shatter this 20. The record's 22.5. He's going to shatter this.
What's your prediction, Steve? How many do you think he'll end up with? We have what, 5 games left? Yeah, 5.
What are we, 3-8?
Yeah.
So don't we have 6 games? 17 games?
6. Yeah. Math was never my strong suit.
There's a big part of me who wants to go big and say 30. He wants to hit that magical number 30.
Geez, if he gets 30.
I'm going to go with I'm going to lock it in. The over-under is 25 for me.
I'm going to take the over on that.
Are you? What do you think?
I think so. I think we got a couple games. He might get a couple more multiple sack games.
Well, he's got his close friend Joe Burrow coming up if he's playing at the end of the season. So yeah, that very well could be.
Would you take the over or the under on 25?
Because I'm feeling it's victory. I'm going over. I'm going to say 20. Yeah. But I just want him to stay healthy. I think he breaks that record. Yeah, I think he breaks that record easily. So anyway, quick look here. We won't spend too much time, but AFC standings, New England. I still can't believe New England. Who saw them 10-2? Buffalo 7-4. Wow. That's a shock. Baltimore has climbed back, and now I think because of the tiebreakers, they now have the lead ahead of Pittsburgh at 6-5. And then we are tied with Cincy, but technically in last, 3-8, both of us. Man, it's just frustrating. You look at this and see what average season our division's having. It's like if we could only have decent play, we could be right there.
I know. Well, call me crazy, Steve.
Crazy.
But I think there's a shot still. No, not really. This season's done. But yeah, it's so close. It was so close for the taking this year.
Yeah, it is a little frustrating. Indy 8-3, Jacksonville. We'll talk about that, but damn, 7-4. Did not see that. They keep somehow winning. Denver 9-2, and the Chargers. Man, they lay an egg. Was it last week? Was it the past one? They're 7-4. So, we're.
I would say that for me, looking at the AFC, the thing that really just makes me ill is the New England Patriots at 10-2. It's like they were great, and then they had a couple down years, and now like they're good again. I want that to be us.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully one day, my friend. Hopefully one day. Did you catch that Sunday night game?
Which was that?
Was that the Tampa Bay and Rams?
Oh, I watched a while, and then I saw Baker got hurt, and I turned it off.
Yeah, what do you know? Left shoulder, non-throwing shoulder. So,
I think knowing Baker, he's probably going to want to play through that. He's probably saying, "Hey, I did this before. I'll do it again."
Well, Ethan and I were talking about it. Do you think he tries to play, or do you think he learned from here? What are your thoughts?
Maybe with him? Well, that's a good point. Maybe he did learn. To me, I always think Baker's a gamer. He wants to play no matter what. But who's the backup in Tampa?
Isn't it?
You're gonna say it, and I'm gonna be like
Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh yeah, because he went in the game the other night.
Yeah, I do think he learned. When he was here. Well, let's just be clear. That should have been, any quarterback that's worth his salt wants to play, hurt or not.
Yeah.
I can't fault Baker when he was here wanting to play, but he was also trying to play for a contract. He's betting on himself. I don't think he wanted to miss games. Here, I think he's got more security in Tampa. He did get a good contract. I think they believe it's his team. He's their guy. I think he's mature. If you see some of the things that he's had on social media, he found God this year, which, great. So I think he's mature. I think he's maybe learned, and I think he's just in a better place of, hey, I don't have anything to prove, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I would think he would. So we'll see. But looking at the NFC real quick, yeah. Philly, that was it. What a game with that. They were winning, was it 21-0 and against Dallas? Dallas came back and won in overtime. They still got a 2.5 game lead, 8-3, and they're 5-5.
Yeah.
Chicago, we're going to see them in a few weeks. I can't believe they're 8-3. That's amazing. Tampa's now 6-5. They've kind of lost some games here. Baker early on, there was talk of MVP. That's kind of disappeared a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's come back down to earth, or I know they've had injuries and stuff. And then the Rams are playing out of their minds too. 9-2. Seattle 8-3. San Fran, we're going to see them this Sunday. They're 8-4. So there you go.
Well, if I had to see any team come out of the NFC, I guess I wouldn't mind seeing the Bears.
The Bears. I can't believe it. I'm not sold on them, but we'll get to it when we play them that week. But I'm not 100% sold. So there's the AFC standings. So there you go. There's our recap and all that good stuff. So we're going to go to our therapy session, which this is always a favorite of mine. So we got a few of those to do. We're going to start with what's the first one, John?
It's Bernie Kosar. Happy birthday to Bernie yesterday.
Yes, sir.
61, I think.
62, I think it was.
62. And he was also released out of the hospital on Monday, and he's recovering at home. So good for Bernie. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery. Absolutely.
I just watched this literally about within the hour before our show today. And I don't know if you saw it, but Fox 8, the Galaxy, was it? I think they did a show, or not a show, but they had a clip of Bernie Bryce Dunlap, the young man who gave his liver up. His mom, she met Bernie. They had a meeting in person, and they had it on video, and the emotions, man, wow, it was something to watch. I gotta admit, I had some tears going there.
Are you there, Steve?
Yep.
Oh,
trying to hold my emotions in.
I thought we were having a moment of silence for him.
Well, we should have last week, Bryce, what he did. Yeah, 21-year-old.
Hey, you know what? And that's why organ donating is so important also.
I agree.
I'm an organ donor, but
we did years ago, my wife and I. Yeah. I mean, if I can help save somebody once I'm
I'm not gonna need it anymore.
I don't know what's gonna be good on me, but if there's something good, take it.
They ain't taking my liver.
That is true. So, but no, happy to, Bernie, remarkable. A week later, and he's already at home. Good for Bernie. Hope the recovery continues. I know, he's been just watching him is incredible. The passion that man has, the positivity he has, and whatnot. So, good for Bernie.
Yeah.
And, again, Bryce Dunlap, his family, continue your thoughts and prayers with you. And what they did was just incredible. So
sure was.
The next thing we had was Shedeur Sanders. I thought this was pretty cool. The moment anybody that's a father, if you got a son, you always have those visions of my son's going to play in the NFL or major league or whatever. And, I thought it was pretty cool. You saw it. We saw it before the game, them embracing,
Primetime had me pretty happy. On Sunday.
Well, and I saw something just was it yesterday or today? I saw again, they had an interview with him primetime afterwards about, the game and what he thought. And he said it was the first time he's ever watched his son play. He's always been on the sidelines for it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Cause he's always,
and it's the first time he got to be a dad and just watch. And he said it was actually, I think he put strange, but also it was good. It was, I forget the exact word he used, but pretty cool there. And that was, they had the picture up here. That was pretty cool. Just, especially when you were such a legend in the game and here you are, your kid's now playing for the first time and just amazing. So we had you had a thing here. I'm going to play that we had.
Is that the video of Shador?
It was the his sideline interview before the game, which both you and I saw, and we went nuts. Actually, you know what? You might have to play it.
All right. Let's see. I got it right here. Why won't it let me play, Steve?
Oh, I know why. That was my bad.
That's all right.
Keep talking, though.
So anyways, Shador was interviewed on the sideline before the game, right before kickoff.
Yeah.
And, pretty basic. But what he said at the very end, if I ain't going to lie, Steve, it fired me up when his closing comments on the sideline interview.
There we go, John. I got it right here. Yeah. Sorry about that.
You were getting back to normal, being a starting quarterback like you have your whole career, but this is going to be your first NFL start. What does that opportunity feel like in this moment?
Feels good, but we cool, calm, collected like. There's like nothing to us.
And what do you hope to show against this Raiders defense, your teammates, yourself, and these Browns fans with their play today?
I'm who they've been looking for.
That's right.
Who is he, John?
He's who they've been looking for.
I gotta admit that got me going a little too. So
yeah,
hey, I love to hear it. Love to hear it. This I know we can't. If you're watching live, you'll see it. But I love these. I love one of the best follows out there on X and social media is Buddy McNeil.
Oh yeah, dude, that guy's freaking funny.
He's funny. He's awesome. I don't know how he has the time for what he does, but I'm sure people have seen those, when Browns win, the different Cleveland teams win, you see the Bart Simpson sporting that team's hat, T-shirt, and the what do you call those, chain necklaces? But it's one of the rare times in a week you can see an Ohio State, Cleveland Browns, and a Cleveland Cavaliers victory all in the same week. So I'm putting it up there just because I love that.
And that doesn't happen that often, but it's great when it does.
That's why we're playing that. And then this is something you brought up here. I'll let you take it with the Cavs pierogi eating contest.
Yeah, I stumbled across this, and I now next year I want to go to this game to watch this. So the Cavs had a pierogi eating contest. Joey Chestnut, the Nathan's hot dog eating champion, that's been reigning for 12 years or 13 years, something.
Mm-hmm.
They had the pierogi eating contest, 2 minutes on how many pierogies you can eat in 2 minutes. Steve, do you know how many pierogies Joey Chestnut ate in 2 minutes?
I have no idea. How many did he eat?
He ate 47. No, I'm sorry, 39. He had 39 this year. Last year, he had 47 in 90 seconds. So
that's just insane.
He's got some diminishing skills because he only had 39 this year, but 39 pierogies. That's crazy. Hey, do you know how many pierogies you can eat, Steve, at one time? Because I know my number.
At one time, not in a race, just eating?
Like a dinner, like a pierogi dinner. How many could you eat?
I think I could do probably 6 to 8 easily.
So could I. That's probably where I'm at right now. But when I was younger, my mom used to make pierogies all the time.
Yeah.
And I no lie, had 21 pierogies at one sitting.
Get out.
21, sour cream, onions, it all. 21. That's how I ended up getting my basketball number 21 because I ate 21 pierogies.
Yeah. Oh my God, Dad! I thought it was because of Dominique Wilkins or something. You were
that was actually because of Deion Sanders, but
oh my God, that's well, you did it this year. My dream, probably my favorite food out there is pizza.
Oh yeah,
love me pizza. And just this past year, what was the place? It's a pretty popular.
Yeah, City Slice Pizza.
You entered
on Ring Avenue.
Yeah.
The owner, I can't remember her name. I apologize, but she asked me to be in the pizza eating contest. So they gave me then their pies are like,
started huge, like New York style.
You make them for Ohio State. They're that big. I came in, I don't know what I came in, third place or something, but I ate maybe half the pizza. Some guy ate the whole pizza. I don't know how he did that. My jaws were killing me after eating that much pizza, though.
I was so jealous when you did that. I'm like, I so want in that. I would. That's my dream. Although I enjoy pizza.
Yeah.
To try and wolf it down like that, that's like, for me, that's like a wing, like eating a hot wing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it gets to a point, it's too hot. How do you actually enjoy this?
Yeah.
You grew up in North Royalton. Is it Aardvark? What was the place in Royalton?
Yeah. Aardvark Lounge. That was back in the 80s. That was the first time I ever had wings.
Well, remember we went there, you, me, Kevin, and a few of our other buddies, and Kevin got like the Red Death, whatever it was called. And Kevin likes spicy food like you. I mean, your family's always amazed me. I remember opening up the fridge door to your family, and you have a row of just hot sauces on one door shelf of just nothing but hot sauce. Do you remember Kevin when he tried to eat those? He got to like 3 or 4.
He was like sweating profusely, and like his napkins were like all like falling apart and like full of red sauce, and like it was just a mess.
He was about as red as a tomato.
Yeah,
he was sweating like his nose was dripping. He's like, I can't. He ate 3 or 4. He's like, I can't do no more. And
that was so good.
Oh my God, the good old.
That was the first time I had ever heard of chicken wings. That must have been like what, 87 or something like that. I don't know, 17, 18-year-old kids.
Sounds about right. So
just a couple crazy kids looking for some chicken wings.
Man, that was a day. Our go-to back in the day was over in Lakewood to go to Pacers.
Yeah.
Remember for like 10 cent wing.
10 cent.
I mean, I go nuts when I say, 10 wings for $15. I'm like, huh? I used to get them for 10 cents. I go with $20. We'd go with a group of our buddies, and for $20, I'm having about 20 to 30 wings, fries. I'm having beer. Plus, I can still tip the waitress after. $20 now get you a dozen wings if you're lucky. At most
do you remember the one time this was around the same time period? We went to a Cavs game, and after the Cavs game, we found some bar down on the Rain. They had 5-cent wing night.
That? I don't remember it. Oh, I get excited now when I see like 75-cent wing night.
Oh yeah,
it's like, oh my gosh, that's a deal. So we had a comment in here from our buddy Jeff. He wanted to know, is there any free agent wide receiver you're looking at? I like Alec Pierce. Jeff, to be honest, I haven't even looked at free agent wide receivers, but I do like Alec Pierce. If I'm not mistaken, he's from the University of Cincinnati. I loved him coming out. He was known as a speedster, good size, and he's having a pretty good year. Considering he's not their number one option, he's their deep threat. I would take Alec Pierce in a heartbeat. So, but yeah, I haven't, to be honest, I don't know any free agents next year of wide receiver.
Yeah, I haven't really looked either. But I will say real quick here, wide receiver, pulled up the list, and there's a couple: Deebo Samuel, Alan Lazard, Jacoby Myers. So Adam Thielen, he's kind of old. So there's some guys. I guess we'll have to, we head into the offseason, we'll be looking more at that.
Alec Pierce, I would take in a heartbeat. I liked him coming out of school, and because he got decent size, but he had the speed from University of Cincy. I would take him in a heartbeat, though. So, all right, let's move on to the last thing, and it's Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Tomorrow, and you pulled up this gem. You can't have Thanksgiving and not talk about the legend of Turkey Jones.
Exactly, Steve. So, all right, Bronstead. So, I've got a story that's part football history and part Thanksgiving disaster, and part really they don't make them like this anymore. And that's what we're talking about. Joe Turkey Jones, one of the wildest characters to ever wear the orange and brown of the Cleveland Browns. All right, so first off, the nickname. There's a myth that he got the name from bobbing his head like a turkey when he ran, but forget that. That's not true. Well, the real story is it's a lot better. As a rookie in 1970, the Browns vets were pulling the classic prank of, hey, rookie, there's a farm 50 miles out of town giving away free turkeys for Thanksgiving. So most rookies, they figure out, hey, this is they're just messing with us, and not Turkey Jones. He spent hours out there driving around and hunting for this turkey that he couldn't find. And then the even funnier part is he did it again the very next year. He fell for it again. So that's how he got the name Turkey Jones.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, but don't let the nickname fool you. On the field, there's nothing funny about him. And if you're a Browns fan, you might know this story where this is going back in 1976. It was Steelers week. Mm-hmm. The Browns were banged up, down to their third string quarterback, who was actually a dentist. His name was Dr. David Mays. Wow. and they were hanging on against the defending Super Bowl champions. This was at old Cleveland Municipal Stadium. In the fourth quarter, Terry Bradshaw drops back, and out of nowhere, Turkey Jones explodes through the Pittsburgh line like he's been shot out of a cannon. He wraps up Bradshaw, lifts him up, and brings him down in one of the most violent sacks in NFL history. Bradshaw landed right on the top of his head, and the stadium went dead silent. Even Steelers lineman later said, yeah, that was a freak accident, but Bradshaw was so hard to bring down. Well, I don't know if that's really true, Steve, that it was that hard to bring down. More of just a violent play.
Yeah.
And that's when Turkey Jones officially became a Browns legend.
The legend. Remember?
What?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, so this is what I don't understand with this story. So Bradshaw was in such rough shape after that hit. They had to take a door off the locker room and strap him to it and fly him back to Pittsburgh on a door.
I never heard that.
Well, I don't know why they didn't have a stretcher, but they put him on a door.
That's old school back then.
That is old school. That's when they used to smoke heaters on the sideline.
Was that Len Dawson or whatever during a Chiefs game? I was going to say, I think it was CBS back from like the 80s. I'm assuming it was. They do their little intro music to their pregame show. Yeah. And I remember they used to show that clip as one of the highlights of the many different big hits back then.
Yep.
I always remember seeing that. Now, I mean, you're thrown out, suspended. I mean, it's probably better for the players today that they don't do stuff like this. But yeah, I was like 5 years old when that happened, but I've seen that since I could remember being a Browns fan. Always. I didn't know the full story, but I know that hit in Terry Bradshaw and Turkey Jones.
Yeah. So now you know how Turkey Jones got his nickname.
There you go. There you go. That's some good stuff there. And yeah, it's not Thanksgiving if you don't bring up a Turkey Jones thing here. So on that note, we are going to take a quick break for our sponsors. So we will be right back. And thank you for that. Thanks for staying with us here. There's a Gleam, and we'd like to thank our sponsor, Hemisphere Coffee Roasters, as they like to say. We shake the hand of the coffee farmer. Again, they're a local company based out of Mechanicsburg, Ohio. But they are a sponsor, and we'd like to thank them for that.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll move on to the San Francisco game coming up.
Yes, sir. Looking ahead. This is all you, my friend.
All right, 1:00, Huntington Bank Field, Steve. We're going to be down there. Hopefully we're not snowed in.
Right. I saw that. I'm like, I saw 4 different forecasts to go into a week. At first I saw rain. I'm like, son of a gun. That's the one thing I can't stand. Then I saw nice day, 40s. I'm like, oh, awesome. I'll take that. Then I saw possible snow. Now it looks like rain, snow mix, and it's definitely going to be cold. So whatever.
Yeah. Well, the 49ers are coming off a pretty unimpressive game Monday night against Carolina. They beat them 20-9, but Brock Purdy did not look Purdy at all. He was 23 of 32, 193 yards, a touchdown, and 3 picks. The Browns.
How many interceptions?
3. So the Browns lead the all-time series 13-8. And then the last meeting was 10-15-23.
Yeah.
They won at home 19-17. And that was a quarter. Steve, we were talking that earlier. It wasn't DTR, the other quarterback.
PJ Walker.
Yeah, PJ Walker. So he got the win for us in that game. And that's when Moody missed that field goal at the end of the game also.
Yeah, like a 41 yard, 40-something yard field goal. That was when Hopkins also made a field goal, and that's when we were like, we got a kicker, because Hopkins was making everything, and a year later he couldn't
make anything.
I will never forget that game, because expectations for me weren't high at that point, and my wife and I were looking to do a vacation, and we were kind of limited when we could go. We usually do something in the spring and something in the fall, and we like to go to a beach, and I'm like, you know what? I don't like missing games, but I don't care if I don't go to this game. We're going to get our asses handed to us. And I remember we're on the beach. I had my iPad and I was watching this game. And the whole time I'm like, son of a bitch. I can't believe I'm not. I had major FOMO. I can't believe I'm not at this game. I can't believe they're doing this. They won, which I was happy, but I was like, man, we're never doing a vacation again during the Browns. It seems like there's been some epic games when I haven't gone, and you've gone without me. Maybe it's me. Maybe I've always been the jinx.
Maybe it is.
Hey, anyway. So what was that stat? Something with them? I mean, I know they don't play here every year. It's every so many years, but what is it?
Well, they haven't won. 49ers have not won here since 1984 when they beat us 41-7.
Wow. Again, I know they're not here every year like Pittsburgh and the other ones,
right.
But what I thought I saw something. We've won 4 straight home games over that period. 84 is the last time they beat us then.
Yeah.
So the last 4 times they've come here, we've won every game.
Yeah. So
there's some there's a gleam.
There is. And with the bad weather, that gives me some hope too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's our advantage, right? Because everybody's up in arms about us going to a dome, and we're going to take away our home field advantage of playing the elements, which they lost me years ago when we lost to the Dome's New Orleans Saints team in December in a snow game, and they beat us. So that argument holds no water with me anymore.
It doesn't hold with me either. And then they got Brock Purdy, McCaffrey, and Kittle. That's going to be key for us to really shut them down. And I think this defense can do it again.
So, I'm excited. This defense, I think with Sanders giving them a little bit of hope or something, or just excitement, like they want to watch. Yeah. There's a little bit more pep in the step with what Miles is trying to do. And just as a whole, what this defense has done for the season, I think this is, I think they're surprisingly playing for a lot. The one thing you could say, nobody can say, I should say, is that this team still isn't playing.
Right.
Or that Stefanski's lost this team. Because in years past, we knew they were packing in. You're like, whatever. Why am I watching and wasting? Right. So that's a positive. But yeah, what do you make of the Brock Purdy? I know he's coming back from an injury. 3 interceptions. Has he kind of lost that luster a little bit? Or is it just he's rusty? He's coming back. I mean, 3 interceptions.
Well, I hope he's lost that luster. I don't know. It's kind of strange. Maybe the NFL's figured him out a little bit. I'm not sure. Who knows?
But we'll get to our predictions. Will be at the end of the show. But that's 1:00 this Sunday at Huntington Bank Field. Tailgating wise, I don't know. We haven't really talked about it yet. What we're doing, I don't know if we're going to set up shop at our spot or if we're going to hit a local one. We'll have to discuss that. Any initial thoughts so far, or not really?
No, not really. I guess we'll see what's happening.
See where the wind takes us.
Exactly.
Anyway, we mentioned it briefly, but we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up. I think there's something going on Saturday. I think it's the big game.
Is it Kent State playing?
Is it Kent State versus Akron? Maybe. No, we have to at least bring it up here. I know we're Browns, but the big game is this week. It's Ohio State going to play that team up north.
Steve, I'm ready for this game. I mean, I'm not the biggest Ohio State fan out there. I like Ohio State, but I don't live and die by them. Right. But after last year, with the whole flag planting thing, I want Ohio State to win 100-0.
That would be phenomenal. Buckeyes ranked number 1. The team up north ranked 15th. I do think, though, my humble opinion, and we're no college experts, but I think with the weather right now, the reports last I heard was it's supposed to be like 30s and snow, but who knows, stuff could change. But we know one thing, it's going to be cold. And I don't know if that hurts Ohio State. I mean, let's be honest, we're a team built on speed here. So, does that help Michigan a little bit? Does it not matter?
I don't think it matters. I think Ohio State's so good.
Yeah.
But what about Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith? Have you heard anything? Are they playing?
That's the big news so far. I did hear Smith was on Caleb Downs podcast, and he said he's going to be ready to go. So it sounds, all indications are he is definitely close to playing. But Carnell Tate, I haven't heard a peep. I just listened to something earlier today. They had said something about not a peep. It's been, 3 weeks now? And then I think it's a lower injury, but nobody knows exactly for sure what the injury is. So I don't know. Normally, I would say, hey, we're going to the playoffs. Whether we win or lose this game, we're already going to make the playoffs. That's more important as evident by last year. But you know what? We're going to talk about this. I like OSU and Ryan Day. Give him credit for winning that national championship, but he needs to get this victory. He's 1-4 versus that team up north, and he's lost four straight losses to them.
Wow. Now, if he loses again,
fire him. Get out.
That's what I was going to say. Is his job safe? But I mean, the guy's winning a national championship. So how do you fire him?
I was part of that group last year when they lost. I'm like, he's got to go. He's John Cooper reincarnated. He can't beat Michigan. We don't lose to that team up north. And lo and behold, we go into the playoffs. The team turns it on and they go and win. So, some are saying, well, maybe that shows you don't have to beat Michigan. And I said their name, damn it. You have to beat them to win a national, nah, I guess I'd rather have a national championship.
Me too.
So here we go.
It's changed. It's changed a little bit.
Our buddy Chris Cantor. Ryan Day can't beat Michigan. He beat them once with Urban's boys. That is true. The first time. He believed it was a COVID game. Straight up, this man can't beat. Actually, I don't think they played. COVID was the year they didn't play. So I think it was the year before. Straight up, this man can't beat them, and they'll make excuses. This year's excuse, same as last year, saved us from playing an extra game in the Big Ten championship. Fire Day.
There you go.
There you go, Chris. It's tough to argue. I mean, you got to win this game. You're 1-4 and lost 4 straight. This is, for me, it's a must win.
Well, it's like, remember when Tressel came to Ohio State, the very first pep rally? He said, we're going to beat Michigan.
Everybody fell in love. I mean, he knew to the day how many days it was. His life, and even Urban was like that too. They revolved, and I love that about those coaches. So, all right.
Real quick, last thing, real quick. My friend Ryan Days, if he doesn't get it, beat that team, and do they get rid of him? That's fine, because this program just steamrolls ahead.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the most desirable jobs, if not, it's got to be top 2 or 3 jobs in all of college football. So I don't think we'd have a shortage of candidates. But I'm going to stay positive. It's a great week. It's Victory Wednesday. We're coming off national championship. I think we're going to be. What's your prediction? Don't give me a
Ohio
score.
State 100. The team up north 0.
I don't know if the weather is going to play a part. I'm going. Hopefully, our buddy Chris, who's actually pretty good with a lot of his predictions, although he was wrong this past week against the Raiders, so I'm grateful for that. I'm going. Ohio State's going to win this game. I think coming off championship, undefeated, 4 straight losses. I think we finally get these guys. So there you go. All right. Enough about that.
Yep.
One of my favorite parts is we got to do our. It's not because I'm not liking it as much as before because these dirty bastards keep winning, but it's our Jaguars watch segment. So what do you got for us, Johnny?
The Jags beat the Cardinals 27-24 in overtime. Unfortunately,
they just keep winning somehow.
The Trevor Lawrence 256 yards and 3 touchdowns, but he had 4 turnovers too. So I don't know, Steve. I feel like this Jaguars team is probably going to at least go 500 the rest of the way out.
Yeah.
So right now,
what's our tankathon? Where are we at?
Well, tankathon. The Browns right now, because we won last week, we're picking 6th. Last week we're picking 3rd.
Oh.
And now that Jaguars pick that we also hold, we're picking 22nd. With that win. Last week they were 20th. So we've slipped a couple spots in the draft.
5 spots total, 3 with ours and 2 with theirs.
Yeah.
You know
I
what?
think this is probably going to be where we end up, somewhere around this low 20s, and then maybe we're between 5 and 10 for the Browns.
Yeah. You know what? I'm okay with it. I like this feeling of winning. So
I do too.
Wins
are more important than the draft pick.
Yeah. And hey, for me, if we can win some games, this team starts improving, and you see some positive steps with Shedeur going forward as quarterback to give us maybe some hope, like maybe he can be the franchise. I'm all for it. Sign me up.
Yep, me too.
Well, there you go. All right, my friend. moving on, we're going to go to you had the privilege this week to our segment called The Land and what you did this time.
So I go to this quite frequently when I can.
Okay.
It's Monday nights. It's over at West Park Station, or it's 17015 Lorraine Road,
okay,
or Lorraine Avenue. And at West Park Station on Monday nights, they have Music Mondays with Jim Teague, and he has a special guest. And now, Steve, I don't know if you remember Jim Teague. Do you remember when we used to roam the streets of Lakewood when we were young, 20, 21-year-old kids, and there was a band called Tie Dye Harvest?
Yeah.
So
that was quick. Sorry to cut you off, but our quick story. We would go to the bar. We stumbled across those guys. All roads lead to home.
Yep.
And there were some times where we would be the roadie and we'd help those guys load up their thing. We thought if we could latch on to these guys and be roadies, we'll go big time with them to the top, and they'll be like the next. Well, not Guns N' Roses, they're a different style, but we're gonna be the roadies for the next big band.
The next Pink Floyd.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's Jim. Jim is he hosts it every Monday.
Okay.
At West Park Station. He brings in a different musical guest every week.
Now, real quick, is Tie Dye Harvest still around?
I think they play at, so Eric Sosinski is his buddy from Tie Dye Harvest.
Okay.
I think they have a band out this called Harvest, and I haven't seen them I might not be right on this. They do a once in a blue moon show as Tie Dye Harvest.
Chris Cantor. He knows them too. Remember that? Just Say Grow. Say Grow. Legalize it. That is awesome.
That's right.
I still have their CD. I don't know if I bought their CD back, and I don't know if they have any more than the one, but they had really
just the one. Just the
dude,
one.
They had
CD.
great tunes on that.
I love that, dude. That's a great CD.
I can't believe you brought him up. That's a blast from the past.
Yeah. And so Monday nights, West Park Station, $7 burgers. The meat is from K&K Portage.
Okay.
$3 Jaegers, which Jim is a big Jaeger guy. I don't know. He'll drink like 10 Jaegers and keep playing. I don't know how he does that.
Dude, back in the day, that was my go-to. We go out drinking.
Yeah,
I'd probably do about
Jaeger.
I would do 10 to 12 beers, and I would probably do about 10 shots of Jaeger. I was annihilated, but
that gives me the shivers.
No.
Jaeger just doesn't do it. I can't do Jaeger.
I don't do it like I used to, but I remember one other side story. It just popped in my head. The memories are just flashing back now. I remember us. It was late. It was in Lakewood, back when the Lakewood Theater, Chris will remember them, Lakewood Theater there. I forget what bar they were at right over there. I remember seeing them, and me and you, and I think there was a few other people. There used to be like hedges or bushes.
Oh
and
my gosh.
You did something where you're doing like,
we were going from like the Riviera to somewhere else.
I think it was the Riviera.
Yeah, and I started running down, and and you were saying like prime time. High stepping like prime time.
And you were so drunk, you were slowly veering, and you went right into those hedges and just like disappeared. Thank you, Tie Dye. Oh my God, that is so awesome. So awesome. I've never been there. Now I want to go check it out. You said that's every Monday?
Every Monday. Yep. Different. He's had different artists in the Cleveland area join him. So my favorite one is Colin DeSalt. And I don't know if you've ever seen Colin DeSalt, but he plays harmonica like a maestro. The guy is fantastic.
Okay.
So I like seeing Colin DeSalt, but he's had like Joe Stumpf out there, Dreadlock Dave and John Darling, Dwayne Dickman, Austin Walking Kane, different Cleveland artists come in and they just play together. It's a great time. So if you get a chance, get out to
burgers?
West Park Station.
You said $7 burgers?
$7 burgers, $3 Jaegers, $4 Jaeger bombs.
I ain't gonna lie. I gotta see if I have it in me, but have some Jaegers, and I gotta go next one of these times. I gotta go with you.
Let's go in December. I've got some time off on Monday, so let's go.
Chris said he thinks the bar was USB.
Oh, USB. That's the name of the bar.
Was it?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Well, all right, buddy. We're gonna
We're running a little bit over, and I got some Thanksgiving shopping to do, but I want to get to these. There's a Gleam.
Folks, blame
awards.
Johnny. I was ready to go 2-3 hours for this big Thanksgiving Day extravaganza, but he's got things to do. So he's yep, here we go to our There's a Gleam segment. And I'm gonna let you do this, John. Take us away with your awards.
All right.
Major awards.
It's awards. Various awards. So we
They're
got
major.
What's that?
But they're major awards.
They're fragile. All right, dog of the week. This is given to the player who went full alpha, big hits, big plays, big energy, someone who clearly woke up and chose violence. For me, Steve, it's not one person, it's the whole defense. They made big play, big hit after big hit, sack. So they're my dog. The dog of the week is the Cleveland Browns defense. That's a tough. You can't argue that one. Yeah. So, and then now I got the Spark Plug Award. It goes to the player who single play flipped the energy of the entire game. A kickoff return, sack, interception, big third down grab, whatever lit the fuse. I had two, Steve.
Okay.
I've got one in the first quarter, Gage Larvadan with the 44-yard punt return, and also the Isaiah Bond 52-yard pass from Shedeur Sanders.
Those are two good ones. And before I forget, Chris commented, Ultimate Sports Bar was close to the Riviera, and Tie-Dye played there a lot. So he would know. He Mr. Lakewood, I like to call him. But I agree with the defense. Both those plays were pretty exciting. I mean, well, what is that the one where he got the punter got called for the tripping on that one?
Yeah, and then they moved all the way up to like
well, we're inside the 20.
Yeah, inside the 20 on that.
Inside the 15, I think, like around the 13.
And then I think Junkins ended up
Wildcat. That was the Wildcat, like a 12, 13-yard run or something. So, yep, that was exciting. But, yeah, I can't argue with those. I probably, if I had to choose between the two, it was nice to finally see our special teams do something positive for once, which was a shock there in itself. The Isaiah Bond, just because of what Sanders did, how he rolled to the right, the ball, to throw that on a dime early in the game like that just gave you some encouragement of the potential. And that was huge. So that was a good one.
I would agree with that. Okay, the clutch caller for the player who came through when it mattered most. Late drive, key field goal, crucial third down stop, ice in the veins required. I did not have anybody for the clutch caller this week. That's 2 weeks in a row.
I did see that. Well, I mean, clutch-wise, we kind of blew them out. Crucial. I mean, third down. I was going to say the clutch caller, when it mattered most, overall the defense, but you already nailed them right at the get-go with the dog of the week. So I agree. I don't know if there's anybody really for this week for that one.
Then the next one I have, the dog pound workhorse. For the grinder who did all the dirty work, tough yards, key blocks, relentless hustle. Not flashy, just pure lunch pail football. The recipient this week is Mason Graham. I'll tell you what, the one thing that just solidified it for me was they kind of had I'm blanking on names today. The running back for the Raiders, Ashton Genty.
Ashton Genty, yep.
Yeah, he kind of boxed up, stopped a little bit, and Mason Graham just came and just leveled him.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Genty was down for a minute there. And
as you like to say, blew out his windshield.
You like to say that. We both like to say that. He blew his windshield out.
I do like that.
And then the last one, there's a Gleam Award, awarded to the moment, drive, or player that gave fans pure, genuine hope. The okay, maybe we're actually cooking here moment. Steve, you know who this is.
Oh, I know who this is. I think everybody knows.
Who is it? Say
wrist up, baby.
Wrist up.
Is it Shedeur Sanders?
So that's our There's a Gleam segment this week.
And no, those are all everyone you mentioned for those different awards. I think are all very deserving. Can't argue any of those. And the other thing, again, don't want to be negative, but that's the one thing I heard. People saw the video of. I love how these. I don't know if it's CBS or whatever network does. They go inside the locker after game, show some of the coaches their speeches after games and stuff. And a lot of stink. Some people made stink about Shedeur. Stefanski gave out one game ball, and it was to Myles Garrett, which I don't think anybody's going to argue that. But people are a little pissed. They're surprised you didn't give it to Shedeur. he didn't do it with Dylan Gabriel either. It's not really his style, not to, take anything away, but, as far as there's a Gleam go, we're giving him a game ball.
Well, I feel Sanders will get his game ball when it's time.
Yeah. I mean, first, go ahead.
Stefanski, he's going to give it to Myles Garrett for sure on that one. You have to.
I think you give it to the whole defense, really.
Really, yeah. So,
well, how crazy was this? We forgot to bring it up or didn't talk about it, but you tell me going into that game, our defense has 5 sacks in the first half. I think it was 5 sacks in the first half, and Myles Garrett didn't have one of those.
That is pretty crazy.
Wasn't that? I heard that. I remember when we were watching and they brought it up. I'm like, wait, Myles hasn't had a sack yet. I was like, whoa, okay. So, nope, those are good awards. And, I agree with pretty much everything. So we'll wrap up doing our little closing segment and our predictions.
Okay.
John, I think you rattled off some of the stats before the team rankings and stuff. Did you say that?
Yeah. Well, no, I did. I already talked about some of the players, but for the team stats here, 49ers, they're 8-4. So the Browns defense right now, we're ranked at number 2.
Okay.
49ers team defense is 22nd. And the Browns team offense is 31, and the 49ers team offense is 10.
Oh.
So we keep seeing this, back and forth. We've got a team that's got like a really good offense and a bad defense, or a good defense, bad offense. The 49ers are they're not terrible in anything, really. They've got a good offense, and their defense is
everybody's like, oh, wait till they play such a good 22nd. I mean, they're nothing. I mean, they lost Nick Bosa for the year. That's a big blow to them. And is Warner out too, or no? Is he back? I don't know. Fred Warner?
I don't know.
So they're not that vaunted. They're below average, actually. So, okay. Good to know. Good to know.
So I don't know. And, you got to take the weather into effect. The 49ers are on a short week because they played Monday night.
That is big. Short week. We've talked about it before. I always heard in the past, oh, we got to go out west. We got to travel. We're going to lose. We never play well. I don't think, and somebody brought it up, like, well, do you follow those teams? I don't really ever hear teams coming from out west to the East Coast saying, oh, they got to go to the East Coast. It's going to be tough for them. Do you hear teams?
No, you always hear, maybe because we're always just listening to the team going to.
That's what somebody else told me. I'm like, it might be, but so. All right. You want to go first for your prediction? You want me to?
Yeah, I'll go first. You go first. No, you go first. You go first.
Who's on first?
What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
Abbott and Costello. God, those guys are legends. So, all right. I was thinking long and hard about this. I don't want to be a homer. I want to be realistic. Like you said, they're 8-4, I think. But I saw a little nugget. See, again, we talked about this off camera. AI. It's a good thing, yet it's a bad thing. I can pull something up and it'll say one thing, and then I'll see something else and I'll say something different. And I'll get 2 different things, especially with stats and stuff. And I'm like,
I don't trust AI.
Which one is it? Now, somebody said it was Bernie Kosar, which I went back and looked, and Bernie didn't. So I am going to go Shedeur Sanders has a chance, and this is going to surprise you, to join Browns legend Casey Keenum. Remember him?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming this is true because AI said so. Casey Keenum is the only Browns quarterback to start 2-0 in a career with the team, according to AI. Shedeur Sanders has a chance to possibly join him as the second quarterback to start 2-0 for this team. That being said, at home with every Sanders fan out there, the weather, this, that, and the other, I am going Cleveland Browns 20, the San Francisco 49ers 13, and Browns winning.
All right. I like that. I'll take that.
What do you got?
I thought you weren't going to take the Browns anymore this season.
It's the Shedeur effect.
Well, that's okay because I wasn't either, but the Shedeur effect has also gotten a hold of me. I've got the Browns winning 17-13.
I could see that. I think this defense got me excited too.
You're right. The defense is really exciting.
I mean, if this defense stays the way it is, we have a chance in every game. I don't care who we're playing. So if the offense can help them out a little bit, we can compete. So Good. So we're both going again
Mhm.
with Browns winning. So that'll be good. So, all righty. We'll see if that holds true. Looking forward to going to the game, bundling up, sitting next to you.
Yep.
We'll figure out what we're doing for tailgate later. And we want to end the show here if we can. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so we want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And I just want to say, John, what are you thankful for?
Well, I'm thankful for, my family, my girls, my wife, my friends like you, and my health. I'm pretty healthy, so I'm thankful for that also. But yeah, friends, family, that's the important things in life.
I should have went first.
Why? What's yours?
I'm thankful for my family, of course, friends, especially you. I'm also thankful for all the listeners out there watching and listening to us. Thank you for following us and listening and letting us have some fun here. But again, health-wise, I'm relatively healthy. But no, just thankful for family and friends, and a lot to be thankful for this year. I know you said you're having family over two different times.
Sittings. Yes, 2 different sittings. We have too many people. Our house is too small.
Wow. When you move into that new home next year in Brook Park there, where we'll be being able to park for free, hopefully I'll have more space. But anyway, want to say to everybody, please remember to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Spread the word. If you're not already following the Fanatical Elves Network, we're on X, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. There's a lot of great shows that we do, not just ours. And as always, again, we just want to thank you for tuning into our show. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you all eat a lot of turkey, watch a lot of football. We'll see you on the next live show, which we will be normal time, Johnny, Wednesday noon.
Wednesday. Yep.
All right. Feel free to leave comments. Before speaking of comments, there was one more. Chris Cantor all right, and he's pretty good with his predictions. So Chris says, as we discussed, I'm not giving a prediction to jinx them, but you both would like who I am picking this week. Chris may be on the bandwagon.
Right?
We shall see.
Go Browns.
Right. On that note, everybody, again, happy Thanksgiving and go Browns.
Have a good time.